We're in the studio again with Alec and her husband Jason, and baby Asher are joining us, and we're going to talk about how a new baby affects your marriage. All right, guys, tell us about how this precious little bundle of joy has affected your marriage.
Well, to start off, all of my energy has gone to our sweet little baby.
That's right.
Every last ounce of my energy. So I found that, I was trying to give energy to Jason, but I, didn't have any of it. I wanted to, give you energy and tend to you too, but and I still don't have energy half the time to give you attention.
It's changed the whole dynamic of our relationship too, just because when we get a free second, we just want to relax and not
Whereas,
connect as much.
Before we had him, we didn't really have to work at our relationship. Everything was just so easy, and we could just do whatever we wanted at any time. And now, now we don't.
So what's been the result of this change? How has that affected your marriage?
Definitely disconnection.
At times, not completely, but yeah.
But I've definitely noticed, feeling disconnected, and I think a huge way that I feel connected to him is through quality time. So the fact that we don't get that, I just feel like, a lot of times we really have to work on just, even if he's there with us, focusing on each other,
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And I also feel like after you have a baby, obviously your body is definitely not where it used to be, and you don't feel sexy, you don't feel beautiful like that. And so the fact that the intimate part of our relationship has decreased, and you don't have energy to be intimate, it's that's another way that we feel connected. And so the fact that has decreased a ton is hard also.
So the main word I hear is disconnected.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
Is there a verse that's been helpful to you guys as you're adjusting to the change?
I found one in Matthew 19. It says, "And he said, 'This explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one.'" And to me, that really just kind of sparks our marriage is number one.
Number one priority, I agree.
Number one priority. As hard as it is, you definitely can get lost in your kids. They take all your energy, but ultimately, a healthy marriage raises healthy kids. As they see our marriage strengthen and see the love between us, I feel like it strengthens the kids.
Right.
So I think putting our marriage number one is key.
So how do you do that? Let's talk about some practical things you guys are doing that's going to be helpful to other moms and husbands out there.
Yeah, I noticed around when our baby was about 4 weeks old, I really needed some time with Jason alone. And so what we did is we called his mom, and she came right over, and we went to dinner, just us, at 4 weeks old. And ever since then, each week we take, even if it's a half hour, if it's an hour, 2 hours, who cares? We take that time alone. So every week we try and get that alone time.
That's good.
And that has made a huge difference. So, we're very blessed to have family around that can watch him, but a lot of people don't. And even if we didn't, we would put him in his crib, in a bouncy seat, in a swing, whatever, and really try and focus on each other for at least a few minutes. We would try and put those phones down, turn the TV off, and just have some one-on-one time.
So how do you guys use the resources on Pursue God to help enrich your marriage, especially now that you've added a precious little guy? How do you stay connected spiritually as a couple?
So we think it's so fun. We love Pursue God because what we do is each week, of course, there's weeks that go by without doing this, but we try and each pick a topic. So I'll pick a topic, whatever I want. We'll watch the video. We'll go through the questions. It's awesome. And then another day of the week, he'll pick a topic and do the same thing.
We just kind of try and pick topics that are relevant to our life at that time.
Yeah.
So it's always just kind of random, but it's whatever's relevant at those times.
But it's awesome because, they're short videos, it sparks communication. We love them.
And the questions help to have a conversation that you would
Yeah.
otherwise not have, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It helps us see eye to eye on a certain topic and things like that, and just to talk through those topics.
And most importantly, it does bring God kind of into the center of what we're trying to do. So
Good.
that's the most important thing to us.
Again, we hope you enjoyed that conversation. Make sure to use those questions below and not only talk about it with a friend, mentor in a small group, but talk about it with your spouse. And we'll continue to add lessons to this series because there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into being a mom and the adjustments of what that means. So join us for further conversations. Go to pursuegod.org. There's lots of stuff on there, some more stuff that would be good for marriage and for parenting and really just learning what it means to be a follower of Jesus as a young mom and as a woman.